See if we can shoot this picture.
You're on video.
All right, we're in the beehive again, the bee yard again this week. Today we're going to cover how to do and install our package. As you can see, we have a package that a hive is going to go into. Now, what I have here is basically concentrated sugar water. 2 to 1 if you want, whatever works for you. I'd like to go 1 to 1, 2 to 1, some in between, just because that's how the girls like it. Now, this is just a simple from Walmart sprayer. That's all it is. When you get your bees, they're going to have inside, let's look at the package here a little bit. To start, when you get your package, you want to look here and see what kind of dead bees you have on the inside. It's a good package. There's hardly anybody there. There will be some dead bees. Okay? If you have a whole bunch of them, if you have an inch or so on the bottom, send it back. You got a problem. This little black thing up here is attached to the queen box. We'll see more of that when we get into it. Now, if you look on the inside, you see that tin can. That tin can is feed sugar. Sometimes it's a corn syrup, sometimes it's a whatever they use. But it's a corn syrup type thing, feed. There's holes in the bottom, you'll see them down there eating. And that's what they are used to eat and feed with while they're in transit in the package. And what I'd like to do is to kind of squirt them down. We'll even this up a little bit. Yeah, that's good, so I'm not blowing them out of the water. Give them a little sugar water. Okay, usually when you first get it, you either want to hit them with some sugar water or just regular water. This is a light. You don't want to drown them. But you're doing two things. One, you're giving them some food in the sugar water. And two, you're doing a little coating of them, a light, and I emphasize light, coating with a fluid, water. In this case, sugar water. One, sugar water is food for them. Two, it also, one, it gives them something to kind of wets them down a little bit, okay? So they're not going to be flying as active or propensity to fly once we open them up, okay? And that'll make sense in a minute. Because if you kind of wet them down a little bit, and I'm saying damp, really just damp. Because bees breathe through their abdomen. If you ever look at a bee abdomen and you see it pulsating, it's breathing, okay? That's how they're designed. Okay, so now we've got some of that in there. Coming over to where I'm going to put them, I'm going to remove the center 2 frames, okay? There's a regular 8-frame hive, been prepped ahead of time. I'm going to remove the center 2 frames. That's where I'm going to pour my bee package into. And I'm going to go ahead and spray sugar water on the inside. Running low, which is why I brought more. Let's go ahead and refill this a little bit. Real sticky. This is why you carry a jug of water in the back of the truck. Always good to have a half gallon or a gallon empty milk jug or just water. You never know when it's going to come in handy just to rinse something off. Okay. Now, I'm wearing a veil. John's got his full suit on. What you're comfortable with is what you're comfortable with, okay? If you're a rookie, suit up. If you're concerned about the calmness of your hive, suit up. Now, if things get out of hand, set the stuff down, then suit up. Safety is what's important. Always remember that. And I'm going to do a little bit of spraying of sugar water here. Sugar water kind of helps them feel at home, if you will, for lack of a better term, once they get in there. Okay. Some people use a solution of sugar water and Honeybee Healthy, or just Honeybee Healthy. I'm cool either way. All right. Now, first thing we're going to do is pop the top off. Be very, very careful doing this. You're going to find that directly underneath here, come on, you can get out of here, there's a wasp, that's the can, and it's stapled, that's the thing going to your queen. First thing we got to do is move this. These can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Some people just flip them over and pull them out, which I may end up doing yet.
Remember, this is a PG show.
No. Yeah, really. Come on. Flip it over, grab it. Okay. Shake it a little bit because you're going to have bees hanging onto it. Take this. Now this is upside down because I still have nails on the other side. Shake it a little bit because I'm pulling it out. I'll just slide this. If you lose one, you lose one, okay? Slide it out. Boom. And you can see there's a hole or two here. What we're going to end up doing with that is just we'll end up putting it in front of the hive later. Now the next thing I want is to grab that. Girls are wanting to come out. I don't blame them. If you have a screwdriver, it's sometimes easier than using the side of a hive tool. Next side of the hive tool. These things can be a real pain in the butt. All right. You're going to lose a couple of bees to damage or to just flying away. It's just going to happen. Don't freak. Now, I'm doing this to shake off anything that's on the box. And there's your queen box. And obviously, I put that back on. And as you look inside, you got some nurse bees, and the big one's your queen. Okay? Now, there's several ways to handle this. Some people will take a thumbtack and tack it to the side. Okay? On this situation, we're going to do it a little bit differently. Just going to go ahead and take this off the side. Oh, shit. Forgot. Oh, I'll use that. Now, I forgot my Sharpie, but I'll use this. Now, there's two corks. There's one at this end and one at the other. Now, you'll see that there's sugar here. What you want to do is remove the cork where the sugar is. Not on this side, or your queen will come out. What you want is some time for the bees to acclimate to the queen, get to know the queen, and so forth. And what will happen is they'll both, the nurse bees inside here and the external ones, will eat the sugar in a couple days. The queen will come out and do her thing. So what we do, I usually use an R, an ice pick on this because it's just easier. Take this little piece of cork, biodegradable, sugar. There's your little sugar, and they will eat that from that side, they will eat this from this side. Now the fun part is getting this next part done. You want to put this in so that this hole is up and not down. But this hole is down. The reason for that is occasionally you'll get a nurse bee that dies. If you have it upside down and the nurse bee blocks, whoa, watch it. And then the nurse dead bee blocks the hole for them to get out, you could have problems with the rest of them, with the queen getting out, okay? So that could be an issue. What we're going to do then, we're going to take two of these out, and we're going to set it sideways, okay? So that the screening is on the side. We'll let it rest on the bottom. The sugar side is going to be up. This is the top of the frame. Sugar side is going to be up. Set this one, and you may have to do this once or twice or three or four. Sometimes they'll move the way you want them to. Line it up here. Okay. Carefully. Put it back in here. Carefully. Inspect that it's still upright the way you want it. Okay. And that it hasn't fallen. Alright, the rest is easy. Your bees, because your bees are going to go in there. And this is when things get fun. We've got a little bit of a breeze here, so I'm going to do it upwind. Otherwise they'll come down on me. And another thing that comes in handy is if you've given them that little squirt of sugar water, if they've got some food in the sugar water, they're going to be grooming each other because this stuff is on their fellow girls and guys, if there's many drones in here. But they'll groom each other, they'll have the food from that, and this is when the fun begins. Okay, gonna take the package.
This is my favorite part.
Well, not yet, girls. If you lose a few fly up, don't freak, happens.
Will they go back in the hive later?
We'll find a hive. We're doing 2 hives here today.
Yeah.
We'll find one to go into. Not a big deal. All right.
All right, this is the fun part.
We'll take them upside down over where you want them. Okay, and then you just shake them in. And then go back and forth. Shake it down. And you'll see how they're going in. You're not going to get them all out. Try to, but you're not going to. Okay, that's part of the natural process. Okay, you're going to find that there's something around you. Yeah, you may get stung once or twice. I haven't yet, luckily. Okay, take this, place it in front of the hive. Okay, and they'll sense the queen and they'll go in like if you were dealing with a swarm. Okay, then you take these 2 here very carefully, because as you can see, you've got a big pile of bees right there in the middle that you're putting these on. So just put it in carefully, move it back and forth a little bit to kind of convince them to move around. Then adjust your bee space. Be careful that you've got that one. You got that bee or that queen box in there. Okay. Put your inner cover on. Like that. I use a notch in front, on top and front. Outer cover. Brick on the outer cover. Now, nice thing about using these bricks, I've got a natural notch here. So what I'll do is I'll set this upside down on the notch. It's fairly stable. The holes are there, you'll find it. Some people will put a feeder on here, like a little Boardman feeder or something of that sort. There's different ways of doing it. And you're done. Come back and check it in a couple days, make sure they're fat and home and happy. That's it.